Right, getting out and about, doing a bit of travelling here at Cranbourne, and I'm catching up with Cameron Gallagher, CEO of the Harness. Is that your official title, Cameron?
General Manager.
General Manager. CEO's a better word. The CEO just cringed, but that's okay.
We'll go with that then.
Firstly, thank you for doing this interview with me. And this place looks amazing. I haven't been here for a little while, and new stables, new grandstand, amenities. Things are positive here in Cranbourne.
They are going well, Paul. We've, thanks to the government and HRV, we've made a number of upgrades in the last few years. Just behind us, which our viewers probably can't see, but we redid our horse stalls about 12 months ago. We're currently standing on a deck that the Turf Club built, that the Harness Club are thankfully lucky enough to use when we need to on big nights, which oversees not only the Gallops track but our track and the Harness track.
And it gives you just an amazing view, doesn't it? And an amazing perspective of the races. You took off to grab yourself a bottle of water there before. It's just a breathtaking view.
It is, yeah, really nice. As you can imagine, a really good spot for functions, for Christmas parties, and we also have it open on Cup Night for a private function. So thankfully the Turf Club are lucky enough to allow us to use it.
You just had a very, very busy weekend just gone with the seniors, I think it was. Good numbers for that on a Sunday night meeting.
We did, Paul. We had 300 booked in downstairs. It was our Blue Hills Arise Ageing Positively race meeting, so aimed at all the local lifestyle villages and retirement villages. So it was a really good day. Thankfully, HRV allowed us to run the event as a day meeting. It obviously caters more for that demographic. So, yeah, it was really good attendance, and it's been going about 10 years now, and I think we've always had, anywhere between 300 and 400 attend. So it's a great function. And
they look forward to it every year?
They do, yeah, they really do. A lot of $1 each way bets. So you'll see at the TAB at the start of the day, the queue will be like 30 metres long, and by race 2 or 3, it thins out because they like to put all their bets on at the very start of the day. But no, they love it. Had excellent feedback about the event. We also, thankfully, through the government, we get a RAP grant so we can organise some buses that pick them up and drop them off. So it's a really good package for the money they pay.
That is great. Cranbourne, you guys with the fixed calendar or the racing calendar, you guys are going predominantly to Sundays. Firstly, how are they working for you?
Working really well, Paul. So of our 35 race meetings, I think 31 are Sundays, mostly night. Obviously it's a lot easier for those trainers on the western side of the state to travel to Cranbourne on a Sunday down the Monash. We're having trainers regularly come from Bendigo even that have said that it's a lot easier to get to. So I'd imagine you probably won't see us race midweek night meetings ever again, hopefully.
Yep. And it's quite an interesting... I remember talking to Chris Alford years ago, and he used to do more of his shopping at the Bunnings here in Cranbourne than he did anywhere else, because you had to get through the tunnel before, I think he said before 2:30. Otherwise, you're basically stuck in peak hour traffic, and it was a waste of time, and you might have missed your drives.
That's correct. I mean, historically, if you went back through our field sizes, those midweek night meetings... traditionally we'd only have 6 or 7 races, whereas we've found since we've gone to, those Sundays, we're getting strong field sizes, each way betting in most races, and a lot of trainers coming here that otherwise they wouldn't if we were racing, on a Tuesday or Thursday night like we used to.
What are the challenges the club's found? Is it like with the Sundays, like staffing and that? Is that an issue for you?
Well, we actually don't look after the catering, the Turf Club do. So from a staffing point of view, we have no issue. Our race day staff, I think they like the Sundays because it gives them surety. So no, we've had no issues. We love racing on Sundays.
That's good, because a lot of people don't. You've got to pay overtimes and things along those lines. So it can get a little bit expensive, I suppose, and people, a few hidden costs that people aren't aware of.
Yeah, that's right. But like I said, the Sunday's really our day. If we want to be a successful club, we need all of our race dates either on a Saturday or on a Sunday, and we've also got a Good Friday, which is obviously it's a public holiday, so our trainers aren't dealing with those traffic issues on the Monash. You
do have your Good Friday. You also have your dual code meeting, 1 or 2?
We've got 2 dual codes. Yeah. Our first one comes up this year. Will be the first running we're going to have on a Saturday night. So I think it's Saturday the 28th of December. Yep. Historically, both the clubs, the Turf Club and the Harness Club, we used to run a kids' night out that would be within a week. double the costs, double the outlay for kids' entertainment. So 3 years ago we went to a dual code, and our crowd increased by 1,000 the following year, and then the year after that another 500. So we're getting a tick over 4,000. This year we're going to Saturday night for the first time, which we think is probably even more friendly for families. So we're hoping that we could get 4,500 to 5,000 there this coming Saturday the 28th.
Interesting time slot too. Just after Christmas, just before New Year. So is it comfortable you'll get a crowd?
Yeah, perfect time slot really. I mean, there's very little people that work between Boxing Day and New Year's Day, so great opportunity for the club. But not only that, the city of Casey, it's one of the fastest growing areas in the country. I think there's a tad over 300,000 in the city of Casey. So, we have got a huge catchment. We only need a small percentage of them to attend. And
that's what we need for the industry. We need these numbers, especially over that time. Don't take another step back because you're about to jump out of my screen, so that's okay. But we want people. We need people to be able to sell the sport, both sports. This mentality, I do predominantly harness racing, but I think the only way we can grow racing as a code is embracing all three codes and going from there. And we'll touch on the greyhounds in a minute. And you guys used to have the bloody, I would call it a tri-codes, but and that may come back. There's some talk, but we'll worry about that one when it does or doesn't happen. But it's great that you guys are working so well with the thoroughbred industry, especially on those big nights and tricky time slots. The 28th is a tricky time slot. You guys are embracing it.
Absolutely. Logistically, tri-codes was a nightmare for an administrator, but very popular. Greyhounds haven't raced for a couple of years now. They just had some issues with their tracks. So in that time, the Harness Club and Turf Club, we've got such a good relationship that we've not only grown our kids' night out in December, but we've also this year for the first time we ran a second dual code, which was on Good Friday, which I think we had about 3,000 attend this year with our first going, which I think everyone in event management would know that takes years to build an event. So we foresee...
It's a nice starting point, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. I mean, we got lucky with the weather. It was great, and it was towards the end of March. This year might be a little bit more challenging because Easter pushes back to mid to late April. But we think that's another event that we can really grow and, in years to come, have 5,000 plus attend.
Yeah, and logistically, I would imagine people trying to get here, it is a public holiday, Good Friday, although it's a random one now. It's not probably like it once was, where there is a lot more going on. But I guess same thing. A lot of trainers can come from a lot of different areas because the traffic shouldn't be quite as busy.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. But also, like you touched on, there is a little bit more to do on Good Friday nowadays compared to what there was in previous years. But there's still a lot of not, shops aren't open, not a lot of events on. There's only one game of football to contend with, so we think it's a great slot to attend the local community, to come to a dual code event again here at Cranbourne.
You're embracing the challenging times, aren't you?
We are, yeah. Well, the industry's going through some tough times at the moment, but we foresee if we can just knuckle down and continue to attract people to the races, and we've got a great set of race dates thanks to HRV. So, we think in years to come we can build a few more events and become a really successful club. Especially
around that Sunday time slot, which is not the greatest of betting days as well. So if you can build it and people know that you're going to consistently be on, then it'll only get bigger and better.
Yeah, that's true. And to do that, we need the better trainers to continue to support our club. And one of the initiatives we've introduced, to encourage trainers to come here is every time a trainer trains a winner here, we pay the trainer. So it's not an owner's bonus. We pay the trainer a $200 winner's bonus. So that goes through the HRV stakes payment system. So we just think that's a nice little added bonus to, obviously it's only going to the one trainer per race, but it's still, if you could train a double here at Cranbourne, you're walking out with $400 in a fortnight, direct payment to the trainer.
That's ridiculous. That's cool.
Well,
I might have to have words with my wife and tell her we should be coming here.
Well, you should be, yeah. It's been in place for nearly 2 years now, so I'm sure those trainers that aren't trained in this local area, it is some attraction to them when they are looking at race programs and weighing up whether they come to a Cranbourne or another venue.
Yeah, Ross Graham, one of those guys that's consistently coming
Ross,
and actually loving it.
Yeah, he is. In the last 12 months, Ross, thankfully, he's got a big truck. supports our meetings, most race meetings, and he's taken away a lot of bonuses in the last 6 to 8 months.
He won the first year the other night.
He did
actually see that. I didn't see the rest of the races, but I did see that. Your new stabling complex, it's sensational. Love it. It's cool. It's very different, but you guys must be wrapped with how that's come about.
Certainly are. The old complex was very much outdated, once again thanks to HRV and the state government for their funding assistance, but we've had nothing but positive feedback, especially for the standardbred code. The laneways in the horse stalls are virtually doubled, so there's a lot more room for both carts to go, left and right, and it's pretty much weather protected. We've also got a big screen in there, whereas trainers, if they're stuck with their horse down there all day, they can still continue to watch the races.
It's massive, the screen.
It is a big screen, yes. Very popular. Yeah. So, no, they couldn't be happier with the outcome.
Yeah, and go from there. The training centre looks chockers. I just went through there before.
It is.
It's been a revelation. Well done to the committee who had the foresight, if you like, to start building something and start it. Is it at capacity?
Virtually, yeah. We've just finished another dozen boxes, so we're now at 82 capacity. Didn't really have to advertise as such yet to fill those boxes because some of our existing trainers continue to grow, like Kyle Marshall, Scott Ewan and the Jamisons.
Yep.
So at the moment we're sort of, and we've had a new trainer, Daniel Cormack, move in the last couple of weeks. We haven't had to advertise, so we're probably more than likely going to fill those boxes within our own training system, which is, is a good problem to have.
And I would imagine then that reflects on local owners, and they don't have to be local, but a lot of people potentially getting involved in those horses, which is a win-win because then they come out here on a Sunday afternoon.
Hopefully, yeah, absolutely. So we want our trainers to continue to grow their team, and as Kyle Marshall, I think when he first started here, nearly 18 months to 2 years ago, he probably started with a team of 8, and he's probably up at the 22 to 24 mark at the moment. So fully professional trainer, and that's what we like to see here at Cranbourne.
Yeah, keep growing the harness racing product, which is what everyone wants.
Absolutely.
Cup meeting, when's that?
I think it's a good one, Paul, off the top of my head. I think we're the first or second Saturday in February. So traditionally our date was in December.
Yep. Great
for Christmas parties, but not good when the Inter-Dominion final was around that period. So this year we moved to 2024. We had our first running in February. I think it was the week after the Hunter Cup, and we're lucky enough to have Leap to Fame come. So we're on the same date this year. We think that's
I'm going to go with the second Saturday.
Might be the second,
because I reckon the first one it will be Hunter Cup.
Correct. We think that's the date that we want to remain in, providing the Hunter Cup stays where it is. We think we're going to build that event into another successful Cup date for the club.
Yeah, and it's a great time of year.
It is, yeah, summer. When we're in December, I think we all know summer is pushed back in Melbourne especially, so we're getting quite a bit of rain, mild nights. We think in the middle of February would be pretty stiff to get an ordinary weather-wise night.
And it's a funny thing though, if you do get an ordinary weather night in February, people are happy with it because it's generally been hot and dry, so they don't complain about it.
No, that's spot on. We're much better off there than December.
Exactly. I'm not sure if it is a challenge. How do you see Southside? You've got Cranbourne here, Mornington just up the road. How does that complement the harness branch of the Cranbourne? Does it help? Do you get the flow-on effect of some people coming across to the races?
I hope so, especially through our 2 dual code meetings that we run. It's probably introducing the sport of harness racing to more patrons attending than they ever would come through. It's very strong galloping community out this way. Just out the back there is the Cranbourne Training Complex. It's the biggest in Australasia. It has anywhere up to 1,200 horses trained out of there a day. They're going to look to build an equine vet clinic there, which will be great for our trainers. It's going to be open to not only standardbreds and gallopers, but also equestrian horses as well. So another added bonus of having such a strong thoroughbred community on our doorstep. Yeah,
positive all around. Everyone wants to grow around here and wants to do.
Correct.
It's got to be so much good fun.
It is, yeah. Great place to work. Like I said, the club, we think we're going pretty good at the moment, but plenty of room to for improvement.
What else? Have I missed anything?
I think we've covered it all.
I try to get across the whole lot. Cam, thank you. 35 Sundays?
35 dates, 31 Sundays.
31 Sundays in a row. So pretty much look at it. If you're in the Cranbourne area, if you come over this way for a holiday and you want to get to the trots, you'll know they're going to be on a Sunday for the summer months. And stay tuned with plenty of activities, either already planned or I'd imagine you've got a few things in the pipeworks, knowing you guys.
Well, a number of those Sundays we call Sunday sessions, where we'll have live music playing. We also have some meal deals that are not specific to
Great word.
Every Sunday. So of those 8 Sunday sessions, we have a par and a pot, or a pasta and a wine, or a roast and whether it's a pot or soft drink for $20. So it's a pretty good deal for a Sunday. You wouldn't get that in any pub on a Sunday when they're paying penalty rates on that day. So I think if you just follow our social media pages, Sophie does a terrific job on our Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So I think our next one's coming up for our next race meeting on Sunday the 20th of October. Free entry, live music, cheap.
And $20 for a
Palmer and a pot.
Palmer and a pot, or a roast, or whatever it is.
That's correct.
Cam, well done. Well done to the Cranbourne Harness Racing Club. Keep growing. We need it. We need more people getting involved in the game, and cheap way to get involved with the training centre over the back, but regular race meetings here as well. But anyone that's on the other side of Melbourne wants to come across here, if you're confident you can win a race, $200 in the Sky Rocket, that's pretty handy too.
Correct. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.